Well, as you can see here, they broke. It is Saturday, February, or no, 1st of March. Well, didn't make it quite through the winter, and belt went on my furnace. So we're gonna go throw a new belt on, and hopefully I got the right size. Was a 390 on there right now, and I got a it was probably 390 mil, so I got a 400 mil one. Hopefully it fits. It's only a centimeter longer, and I've got some adjustment on there, so let's see if we can get this on. All right, so it's escalated up to, got the motor out, and what ended up happening is the pulleys here, they're actually not a bearing, they're a bushing with felt in there that's like oil bath. And so what happens is they get dry, and then they start to dry, or they don't spin as freely, and I burnt the belt. So anyways, we did put some WD-40 on there. I've got a dry lubricant as well to hopefully that it will, that if I just do it routinely every once in a while, just shut the furnace down and keep it topped up, that we shouldn't have this problem in the future. But anyways, these old furnaces are great. This thing's really reliable. They're very simple, hence why I haven't put a new one in. Like, to put a new one in is like, I don't know, $8,500 or more, and I'm not going to gain any more efficiencies with my natural gas and my hydro that I would see a return on my investment of a new furnace. And that's the new furnaces crap out all the time, and this thing just works, and it just takes a little bit of elbow grease to do that. So anyways, last year this happened to us, and it was the coldest day of the year. It was like minus 22. Today's March 1st, so not super cold, but definitely looks like March is coming in like a lion. So it means maybe end of the month it goes out like a lamb. Maybe it's an early spring. So I'll get the motor back on, mount it up here, and hopefully my furnace can start warming the house back up. So I'm gonna probably just leave this dry lubricant down here, and likely what I'll do is when my wife or I change well, let's be real here, it's probably gonna be my wife. When she changes the filter, if she just lets me know, I can pop that cover off and just lube up those bushings so it stays running, and we don't have this issue again. All right, that's all fixed. About 10 o'clock now. Plan is for today, clean the cattle out. We shipped 3 big steers on Monday, ahead of the pending tariffs that then got pushed back another month. So we only got 16 Holsteins and 15 Holsteins and 1 beef cross heifer left in the natural vent barn. So we have room now that we can go and start bringing calves back from my father-in-law's. I was there Thursday. I think there's 10 to come back, and then we're also taking 10 calves down from the calf barn down there. So anyways, let's go get that done. Didn't anticipate working on the furnace, so hopefully we can get stuff cleaned out and ready to go get those calves sorted, because we want to have that done before 1 o'clock, because my father-in-law's got something he's got to do in the afternoon and doesn't want to be messing around sorting calves at this afternoon. So anyways, catch up with you guys when we get to the farm. Well, I don't think with this weather here, the way the snow's carrying on, don't think I'll do the calves rearranging today. I think it's too much of a risk with the weather to swap them around. I'll maybe do that tomorrow. Joe goes away to Florida tomorrow, so I'll have to maybe con somebody else into giving me a hand to do that. So we'll see how the goats are doing, and we'll still get the barns cleaned and ready for the swap out tomorrow. Well, as you can see here, they broke the fitting off and flooded the barn. Well, they just pulled the hose off, because that's what Holsteins do. Oh. Looks like we get to clean that up. And we'll have to get these guys some feed. Anybody with Holsteins will know they love to mess with stuff like that. And they just decide one day that that's what they're gonna mess with, and then next thing you know, it's off. Like, it's been like that for 3 months. So at least one thing we know, the water didn't freeze up when it got cold. And we gotta pretty much clean that all up, because that's all wet, so it doesn't become an ice sheet. So get a little hose clamp for it, and hopefully I got one that size. Don't know. Or hopefully the hose clamp is there. But anyways, we'll get her fixed. Alright, so our loader joystick on our new DOS loader, this cable here is seized up, so it's either got moisture in it or something, and it's not free. So anyways, we're doing some diagnosing, and hopefully we can get it fixed. What we think happened is, it's a used tractor, maybe there's some moisture in there, and with it being cold, it froze it up, and we can't get it freed up. But I would think that we had it running and the hydraulics were starting to get warm. It should have thawed out, so we're wondering if it's just froze up. So we're gonna try and take it off and see if we can't get it freed up. But what happened is with it, I think it was a pre-existing issue, is there's a little bushing, plastic bushing that goes on there. Well, that now ripped off, so now it doesn't. So we got to get a new, and they won't just sell you that bushing, so you got to get a whole new cable. So I'm gonna pop this one off and probably take it up to Hyde's and see if they've got one. Like, they've got a bunch of cables there, and I imagine it's a fairly generic part, just whether you don't want one too long, but you don't want one too short as well. So see how we get along. Well, I'm on my way to pick up a new cable. Turns out quite a common problem for guys. I guess the few loaders we've had in the past have all been electrical over hydraulic, not mechanical. So Anybody that says mechanical is just as good as electrical, you just experience different problems. He thinks it's maybe just froze in there. This moisture's got in there and it's frozen. Well, like I said, that little plastic bushing that goes on the top of that, that's been destroyed because it's been probably jamming up for a little bit. We need to get the whole new cable. So anyways, hopefully I get there in time before they close. All right, got the new cable. It was not a nice drive at all, so I didn't pick the camera up, and then I stopped and grabbed some lunch on my way home. So we'll go and get the loader fixed, and then see what we're gonna get up to. We got our cousin to come over and clean up the cattle pen because we didn't know if we were gonna get this cable today or not. So thankfully we got a loader now, hopefully back in action. So get out to the farm. Looks like it's kind of cleared up, but it wasn't good an hour or two ago. It was actually whiteout conditions and quite terrible to be driving around. All right, well, just getting these guys some straw so that they're not as damp. Just use the grinder because I can't find a knife. Probably have to keep that handy because I have no idea where the knots are. When they baled this oat straw, we've been struggling. I'm thinking he had some knotter issues because, man, oh man, these bales suck to get apart. They absolutely suck. They don't come apart easy. That's why. Pick away at them. With mine. All right, I got everything. Got everything bedded down and scraped. Let them back, brought some hay in for them. I'm all out of little squares now. So we're using the big squares that I give the goats. That last bale was really frozen. It was a bugger to get apart. But anyways, they're all cleaned up, so it should be some fresh straw. It should be comfortable. And then also too, we've got the alleyway all scraped, so it's nice and easy for loading them up tomorrow. We're gonna do that today, but the weather wasn't the best, so anyways, they'll get it kicked around a lot better than I will, and they'll be happy campers, that's for sure. So anyways, I think I'll go start making feed for the fat cattle. I'll leave you guys off here, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow when we're loading stuff up. Guys, next day here. Well, get the steam off you guys. Next day here, March 2nd. So we're just gonna go get started feeding here. Just finished up hockey. Just get everything fed and looked after, check the calves, and then around noon, I got somebody coming over to give me a hand. And we'll load the calves up and we'll take them down to my father-in-law's and bring some back. Come along with me. All right, well, I'll get my mic on here. I get busy and it shuts off, and so does the camera. But anyways, change of plans. What I think I'm gonna do is, these calves on the north side are fairly wet and getting a little dirty. So I'm just gonna clean them out, and then instead of firing up the TMR mixer again later when I bring calves back, what I'll do is I'll just feed everything this evening, because with Joe being away and I gotta do chores after work, I might as well get everything set up that I'm feeding them at night. That way in the morning before I go to work, I just gotta quickly push feed up. So that's what we'll do. We'll clean out some calves. Okay, all we have to do is chase them around so that they all end up staying in here. Just trying to think how we did it the last time. Oh, this one stays here. I swing this one around and I bring that one in. So anyways, bear with me guys, I'll get it sorted here. So you can see they got really wet, so I'll just, last weekend we just bedded them. Today we'll just clean them. They get better as they get older. What I might do is grab one of them hog panels that we have out here and just put it in there. I don't think they'll mess with it too much, since I did feed them some calf starter, but they're calves. They're gonna do what they want to do. So anyways, we'll get that set up. Guys, got them all loaded. I didn't film much of that. I had somebody helping me, and we were on a bit of a time crunch. So I'm just gonna pull that ahead, roll the door shut, finish feeding the other calves their hay, and then we will head down and drop these guys off and bring some back, hopefully all in one piece. And then probably just end up doing some feeding and calling her a day for Sunday. But we got some new calves, so I'm just training them up before we leave, so that they're got a full belly for a little bit, and then check them again in a little bit when I get back. And then with the stockers back, we got a couple different, we gotta make a different feed ration, so I gotta get a different bale of hay out, get them eased up on it. And I got some straw in here. Hopefully that's thawing out, so it's not a bugger to deal with. Lots of stuff you got to do on your own, and that's why it's always nice to have a couple people when you're doing certain jobs like that. And thankful that we got neighbors and cousins that are willing to come give Joe and I a hand when we need it. All right, got them loaded up. I didn't video much of that because we were under a bit of a time crunch. Picked up 12. They're in there snug like a bug, which isn't the end of the world. That means they'll ride a little bit better and not try and hurt one another. So anyways, I'm gonna head back about an hour and get these guys unloaded. All right. Hopefully I can get the other ones out by myself. And then I gotta figure out how I get a gate. Figure out how I get a gate. Across there to split. Anyways, we can get these donkeys out. They usually aren't too hard to get. All right, guys, come on. Back up. Back up. Come on. Out, out. Come on. Think that should hold them there, and hopefully I can get the trailer backed in, and we'll see how I do. No super truck. I got them unloaded. They were packed in there tight, so I didn't set stuff up, mainly because I didn't want to have photo or video evidence of me messing up. So anyways, so we got all the fat cattle on one side now, and then these are all the guys that I brought back with me. So I think there's one free Martin heifer in there, and then there's a few Angus cross heifers. Couple Holstein steers. That's a nice little heifer right there. There's a couple big bull or steer crosses. So lots of green, plenty green, as most cow guys would call them. So they're gonna start on a corn silage hay ration here today. I'm gonna have them. We'll go make some feed here, and that'll help settle everybody down too, because these big goofs here will want to be investigating their new roommates. So there's a bit of an age gap in between them. So these ones here, they're probably a whole year older. Well, no, they're not that much older. A lot of these were born June of last year, and these ones were, a lot of them in here were November of last year. So October, November of last year. So there's a bit of an age, there's not that much of an age gap between them, but these guys will start to take off once we get them on some good TMR ration. They've just been eating Free Choice dry hay and beef supplement. So now we are going to have them on a TMR ration, and it's gonna shooting for 2.8 pounds per head gain per day. And then once they hit that 1,000 pound mark, then we'll start ramping up the corn to them and try and get them to finish. So there's another nice steer right there. And they all got some nice frame on them. Did really well down there. So anyways, I will go get started on feed. Hopefully I can get the truck out so I don't get stuck. And then we got to get these guys some straw, and I still haven't fed them their pellets yet, so we got to do that yet too. All right, so I just come up and got the ration here so you can see what we're going to be feeding them. So we've got, I think that's 550 to 700, and then 700 to 900. So that's our backgrounder one. So they're all the, I'm gonna guess they're all the 600 pounds. So anyways, let's go get, I'm gonna check the bucket here, make sure there's not a lot of snow in it. No, that's fine. We'll go get some bucket load of silage, because they need 15, and 15 times 12 is, in a round number, 200 pounds. Corn's in the bucket, saving myself a trip. Got my premix and my sodium bicarb there, and we'll Got a few, it's a little heavy, but mix up under there pretty good. We'll go get our distillers. I'll just we'll just put like 140 pounds in instead of 160 because I got a little too much corn. It should be good. Well, we got the truck unstuck. I had to fire this thing up because this thing would it would pull the truck, but we would just sit on top of the snow that we packed down when we were cleaning the barn up. So, get everything shut up for tonight. That way the wind doesn't blow in on stuff. The cattle are all fed. Calves, I just gotta go check on them. Chased up a couple that probably haven't ate since this morning, and sweep up and shut the lights off. Like I said, Joe's got away in Florida, so I tried to get all the chores set up that everybody now I can feed everybody in the evening. That way they're not going a day and a half without food. So I imagine 12 that I brought back, imagine they'll probably still have a bit of feed left tomorrow, but who knows. I don't want to give the goats their pellets when they're used to getting their backgrounding pellet. They thought maybe I had forgot about feeding them, but they've just got that corn silage, hay, distillers, and some mineral. And like I said, they'll probably be on that for another 3 months. And then come June, she's full bore on the corn and corn silage. So a few less in here. Probably I'll sort these out one day next week. And then there's a bunch in here that have been weaned a while. Bring them from here, put them in over here. I'll maybe do that tomorrow night if I get everything fed in decent time. I do want to scrape this up, but I've been at her all day, so I'm going to tidy this all up and check some calves and push them into the calf feeder. Again, thanks for tuning in and watching. It's kind of repetitive stuff. Yeah, it's March now, so we're going to start getting close to spring planting time, so hopefully the weather starts to straighten out and we can get some start getting some equipment ready, and even maybe do some field work end of March, getting some fertilizer out on some wheat, particularly sulfur. You want to put that on early. Been seeing some good research this winter on early sulfur on wheat, so hopefully the weather plays ball and we can get going. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like these videos, be sure to like and subscribe, and until next time, keep it between the ditches.